Time
Also,
for
anyone
heck.
new here, especially you, Sayori, because I'm pretty positive you
Oh
understand.
yeah, we gotta do
Mint
the
has never
disclaimer.
played the game. Yeah, we have to think. Mint has never played the game or seen anyone else play it, so this is their first playthrough and watch through in a way. I'm going to voice act Yuri, and I was voice acting Sayori, but I'm not doing that anymore, obviously. And they're
Yeah,
voice acting Monica and Natsuki. So
yeah. Also myself. Unless you want to take over
yeah,
for Natsuki.
no.
I get it. I just see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I also noticed they took down the poster.
Oh yeah.
Oh, poor Sayori. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Mint. The silence is... You okay there, Minty?
Yeah, I'm great. Leave me alone.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
I noticed something was wrong, but I just didn't notice it until now. Everything's sort of like zoomed in and like sideways.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it until now. What is wrong with it?
Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, like I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. What is happening? I love how you try to convince me that this is normal.
No, Gemma, this is perfectly normal. I mean, you just started the game up again, so maybe it's just
me
a
again.
little bit of tweaks.
Slight me again, like you gaslighted me into thinking that Sayori wasn't dead. Natsuki, you certainly have a big
Anyway, you
mouth
might
for
wanna start
someone who
reading.
keeps their manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm sorry, man. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read?
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
But wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book, to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Stupid English.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy.
Oh, thanks, Yuri.
It's a short read. It should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Simp. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Oh my god, it's back to normal. I had just gotten, like, used to the other one. And then I'm just like, oh. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I let her this sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I would probably have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you
Do
gave
you
me, right? Oh!
Do you see it?
Oh! Oh!
Just bring it to your attention.
You know, I was reading it. I wasn't looking at her face.
I forgot about that.
I think you got a little something right there, Yuri. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Stop. Why is this so hilarious now? Like, I was like genuinely scared at the beginning, and now I just find it funny. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Hey, Grace?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that book that I picked up yesterday about gravity? It was so engaging that I just couldn't put it down.
Jesus Christ, dog.
Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Well,
Look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Basically, it's about a religious camp that turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines with a lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people to cut off their limbs and to fix them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs.
I'm glad you clarified. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mint?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. So she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone who wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we are all worthless anyway. I can't breathe.
You're gonna have to breathe, because we won't be in a minute.
Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I?
I can hear you hitting the table.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem.
What problem? What problem?
Where I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets... It's kind of... I get to pay attention to other people. I'm so sorry if I end up saying something strange.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
Then please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes. Every time you freeze, it's so good. I mean, you don't have to, but
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Bad idea.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just Yuri. Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little bit apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just bathing in the
I was able to read that and I hated it. I hated every second of it. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really need to. Sorry. So sweet, baby girl. I mean...
He is anything but.
Are you sure about that? Anyway,
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's and hold my book more in between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds it to the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me.
Damn.
It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face. and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready
Hmm?
to turn the page?
Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right?
Okay, I have to admit, this is actually really cute.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I do it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Uh-huh. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way that she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. Thought you meant something else about her.
What do you mean? Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. 'Cause I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Mint? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. Why would I do anything to her? No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? It was Monica... Yeah. I'm gonna go with Monica first. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know that I'm putting in effort. Hi, Mint. Having a good time so far? Yeah.
And the
Good,
self
glad to hear
conversations
it.
begin.
Yeah, no, it's for every character now.
Yeah.
Yuri isn't here! By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Mint. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Mint. I was just going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing this full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. And that's why she always gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interactions, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't always mean I feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. Air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He is right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany lately. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah, it's your turn. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Oh. He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just mean,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I was kind of going to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they're trying to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit two together.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if
Okay.
her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Not so you can be a little based, though.
Biased? How? Natsuki's based!
Shut up! I read that wrong. Leave me alone.
It's no.
I'm tired.
I've seen pictures of this like really buff Natsuki, and I can't help but laughing at it. If I can find a picture,
I've
I'll
seen
put it. Okay, for the recording, I'll put it on screen. This is Buff Suki. There you go. This is the picture
can't wait
that
to see
I've
that.
seen. I choked.
Are you okay?
Never.
At least you're not hanging. Mint, you have to say something. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Was that good ASMR?
It was good,
Yay!
but we don't have time for that. We need to read it quickly next time because we have to go. I'm sorry, I have terrible handwriting.
What?
Shut up.
I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Jerry?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mint.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Huh. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mint.
Ah, me too.
Simp, both of you. Your turn to talk to yourself.
Shut up. Mint, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What? Do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If I'm still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're just better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even try to take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. You like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old she is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. I've noticed two things. The music slowed down. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Yuri dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. Mint did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Mint's like my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Mint appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what?
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't
doesn't
involve you.
Taking out your own securities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you... Oh! No.
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
Oh, something's happening with Yuri. Natsuki's getting blurred out. Oh, never mind.
No,
See?
it's just for the pop-up thing.
Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know?
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude.
This didn't happen last time.
It's because Sayori intervened. You think you can counterblade your
right.
toxic personality best by dressing and acting cute?
Sayori!
The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful. Oh no! No! Oh no!
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What
Don't
the
actually
is
say
wrong
it.
with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Mint hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Mint. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. Do I have to choose?
You go ahead and make your choice. I mean, it's okay. Just go ahead and click it, and I'll show you. Just pick whoever you think you want to pick.
I don't like this. No. Hi, Monica. I literally leaned back in my seat. Hi, Monica. Hey, Mint. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay outside like this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's crying. That's not good. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with their palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Mint, please don't hate me. Please. And I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Mhm. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility for today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. Monica, please.
Yeah, no, this is the part that, um, yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything will
Don't
be
worry about it,
okay
it's fine.
later. It's not that. It's not that. I just, didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Mint. It would be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I really don't have that much of a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate your
Yep.
Just Monica. Oh, and just Yuri now. The constant buzzing is a bit annoying.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's weird.
Just click all the ones you think belong to Yuri, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Uncanny. Sadness. Determination. Uncontrollable. Unrequited. Journey. Waterfall. Imagination. Or no.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Welcome back, Mint.
Hi, Yuri. Why did I do Monica's voice for that? I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's squirrel still hangs in the air a little.
Um. I wondered when you were gonna realize. We should
Yeah, I
probably
just
skip it
did.
before. I know talking about them there.
Don't you dare gaslight me like last time.
me.
Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at her desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't actually mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. You're just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way for you that you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Mint. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize.
Yeah, I can't help but notice that Monica said that she'll probably forget about it by tomorrow. Completely.
Just wait for it. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday?
Huh?
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it makes you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Why is she acting nicer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. It makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Yeah. I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good at it yet.
Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed.
Aw, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down then. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole for just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Mint. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today.
I mean, sure.
I mean, in the club.
Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway.
Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason.
Don't worry
Done.
about it.
Okay.
If anything, it's nice to see that you have so much energy.
Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this.
Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Please make some tea. I love tea. Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Preach! Not to mention
Yes,
for
ma'am!
yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
It's not leaf soup! Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches the electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in, that the teacher's desk. Oh god. Bleh. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts to her speaking mannerisms. Because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her.
Get ready.
Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing.
Mhm.
A sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri?
I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even when I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Mint. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for the both of us.
Mint, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Of course, I love sitting on the floor. Why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can lean my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have a little back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Preach!
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
Mostly because of my...
Your posture, right?
We'll stick with that.
I'm looking at the camera right. I see you. I see you, Chet. I see you. If you know, you know. Always hunched over like that while reading.
Yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Simp.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now, I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally... Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression that I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Please, take some. Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
I hate it when people do that. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
This is it. This is it. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. And I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
Oh.
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Mint?
Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily.
I can't. Mint.
Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over.
Mint. My heart. It's okay. We're just gonna get through this real quick, and then you can stop streaming and you can
What
cry
is
yourself to
happening?
sleep tonight.
What is
Just,
happening? What is happening?
just
What is
focus.
happening? What?
My heart won't stop pounding, Mint. I can't calm down.
Oh God.
Okay, this is a perfect screenshot. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I was about to say her eyes looked really creepy, so. Oh, this is a perfect screenshot opportunity.
I literally backed away. It's time to share poems.
Do you want to go to Yuri right now? Are you sure you want to do that? 'Cause I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Min. This is one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
Uh-huh. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm being valued, Min. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Mint? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want you to read my poem too. Okay?
Wheel. Rotating wheel. Turning an axle. Grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox. Falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. Portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. Torn harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. Prayer written in blood. Prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. Kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. wheel rotating in the 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. Clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks for every second. A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. Kaleidoscope of blood written in cloths. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolthead. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing god. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes. Breathing time. Breathing prayer. Breathing sky. Breathing wheel.
It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little bit hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. It's a pen that fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it.
Uh-huh. Sure.
And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened?
No.
You can keep the poem, though.
I love how we didn't talk that entire time. Or at least I didn't. Min, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets kind of high from it. It might
Jesus.
even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're
Well,
at
you
it,
already promised eternity that you wouldn't, so...
While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in my head, and I know how to treat my club members.
Interesting. You say that, Monica, isn't it? So
It's
very
funny.
interesting.
It's so funny. You know, it's hilarious. Haha funny. It's so funny you say that, Monica. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't... Right. Beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating... What? Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Delete her.
I said nothing.
I don't want to play this game anymore. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to... never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, Who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, just as I thought. And come on, I'm not stupid. I know how much time you've been spending with Yuri. It's It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you even in this club, Mint? Honestly, I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together, not exclude each other even more. This is such a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood right now, and I just really don't feel like I'm talking right now. Please go away. I noticed how we didn't talk this entire time. I think that's a problem.
Nah, don't
Unlocked a
worry about it. I'd look
special
at the special
poem.
poem and then.
Would you like to read it? I don't trust this. Oh. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.
Alright, yeah. Bye.